What's up guys, Cloudie here, and today I'm gonna talk about the freshly released game called Dragon Raja. I believe this is actually just the Western release because probably in the East it was released sooner. That's how it usually goes with Eastern mobile games and MMOs. But just a couple days ago it started on the American and European servers, so I gave it a quick try too, played a couple hours over the weekend. So just gonna introduce you to the game and see if you like it or not. Let's just get to it. As you can see, the game is running on the Unreal Engine and it's positively gorgeous. You can just see it from the opening screens that this is quite a bit above your usual MMO game experience, at least in the visual department. So let's just log into the server. Now, since I mentioned visuals, let's just start with visuals. And character creations. These are how your characters look. It's absolutely gorgeous. I really love the looks of the game. We have 4 classes: Blade Master, which is a melee type of character; Gunslinger, which is a ranged character. You can choose Assassin, again another melee, I guess, or hybrid, and the Soul Dancer, which also looks pretty cool. And as you can see, none of the classes are actually gender locked, so you can be whichever you like, even a loli. They added the Lolita option as well for you loli lovers. And the character generation itself is extremely detailed. You can choose from a zillion templates, but also can make yourself, like, really, you can choose from so many things. It's I don't know how much time I spent with making my character. It took forever. And yeah, you can make some really good looking characters. You can also make some absolute abominations, I think. But hey, you can mess around with it. Yeah. So yeah, the looks of the game are gorgeous. Let's just skip through this now and just get in with my own character, which is here, as you can see it. I think she's quite pretty. So let's look how the game actually feels like, how it looks like. Now in the bottom left corner you should see the FPS counter. This is... I got... what did I get? I got something just for logging in. So this is how the game looks like. And yeah, you can see the FPS counter. Now this is on maximum settings using maxed out emulator, which is Mumu Player. I have tried on BlueStacks, but it was really choppy for me even on lower settings, so I gave up on that one. It runs very smooth on Mumu actually, so I'm quite happy with this one. And as you can see, the game itself looks pretty stable and very pretty, even with a lot of players around. So it's unlike in a lot of MMOs when you play and there are a lot of people around, and it gets just super laggy. And if you have a look, even in game, the characters look very, very impressive. So I'm quite blown away by how this looks for a mobile game. Although I've heard that it's not that fast even on faster games, whatever. So games, I mean faster phones. But if you have an emulator to play with, then it's absolutely gorgeous, and this is pretty much the max settings. So yeah, these are the looks. I'm fairly happy with that. So sounds. Now this is the first mobile game in a very long time where I actually didn't turn off the sound. Usually there is so much yelling and characters calling out their skills and whatever that after a while I just get bored of it, and the music annoys me too, so I often turn it off. And as you can hear actually in the background, it's raining. So it's quite funny. But yeah, there is no skill shouting. The music is decent, some rocky tunes and stuff like that. Also, what really was impressive to me, that the cutscenes in the story are voice acted. So you don't just see some text being written out, but they are constantly talking and discussing and like really really talking, which is again not something you often see in a mobile game. So kudos for that. Now the lines and the story can get a bit cheesy at times. I will not lie about that. It's sometimes really takes some wondering like what were they thinking when they put that in. But there are some pretty cool elements. I won't spoil it now. The whole name Dragon Raja is something like Dragon Clan. Oh god, I got hit by lightning and it took off that part of my health. What the hell? That's crazy. Why did I get hit by lightning? Okay. So I got hit by lightning and it took a whole lot of health off of me. Can I hide under the tree, I wonder? Okay. So now I'm healing back from my reserve HP. So yeah, story. I was talking about story. The story itself, good or evil, that's a nice one. It's interesting. There are dragons and good and evil, blah blah. As said, there is a lot of talking in it, and sometimes it is a bit too much, and sometimes you wonder just how much they try to squeeze into the game. Um, but all in all, it's not bad, and there are some really cool effects and very well scripted events that take place. Um, Especially when you fight the dragons, and there is some parts that are really awesome. I'm not sure yet how it's gonna play out. Um, Around level 40, I got to a spot in the game where the game was telling me that I'm not high enough level to continue the main story, so I had to go look for events and manual farming, which honestly is not something I really appreciate about games. I have seen that in other mobile games where you just had to go mindlessly auto farm for hours just to be able to be able to proceed with the story. I'm not a fan of that. It's something you often see in Asian MMOs, I think, that you just have to live with it, I guess. Now, so that's progression really. That while the story levels you up quite a bit, around level 40 you will start hitting walls that tell you that you need to grind some XP. Now, luckily there are a lot of events actually that do give EXP. If you click on these, that's a lot, and that's pretty cool. Sadly, um, they are timed, so you can't always do whatever you want. A lot of them are only open during certain amounts. Oh, I got hit. I got hit again. God damn it. What is it with this place? I never had this before. I was over the weekend. I don't know. Let's just like hide. Maybe the tree will protect me, or I will die a horrible death. I don't know. But don't want to use up all my stored up HP on lightning strikes. So there are a lot of events that you can do, and there is this auto farm option to train. With a bit of play, you can catch up to the story, and then you can keep progressing. Yeah, so far it's been okay. Now, as you can see, there are a lot of options here which you can choose from wardrobe to items to allies to pets to special core skills, and even these have like you have talents and you have I'm not even sure what is extra skill, I think, or something like that. Then there is plans you can set up, then there are sigils you can unlock. It's like a gazillion of options that you have, and it's a bit mind-boggling at the start. You have like this information overload, like you don't even know what to do. You click here and then you see all these stats, and then you go to advanced stats and you are like, oh my goodness. So that in itself just could be several videos, so I'm not gonna go into details in this. All in all, once you get to the hang of it, it starts to become fairly self-explanatory. But yeah, at the start you have so many options, you have like no idea what's going on, and what stat is doing what. You're just like looking at all the options and jams and whatever, and it's really, really strange. But yeah, all in all, not bad. Now, so far, the visuals and the music are top notch. The story is interesting enough, and voice acted, which is cool. Um, there is progression. There is a whole lot of things to do. You can pick yourself a career, become a musician, or like a cook. There are, oh my god, I got hit again. There are like guild activities, and yeah, all in all, I would say the game is quite nice. Why am I in battle? Okay, let's go to the principal's office. Or maybe I can show you this actually. You have your own room, not this one. How do I go to my... Oh, it's in the tamer, so you can... Sometimes I'm still a bit lost in the menus. It's this... No, how did I go back there? Let me just find through a quick enter. Oh yeah, there is a giant enter button. And yeah, then here we are not being buttered by the lightning. So this is our own room, and as I understood, you can actually do some remodeling here on top of raising pets, and there is also a TV that you can watch. I haven't tried that yet. So all in all, these things look quite good. Gearing was a little bit simple so far, and now I'm not at the end yet. It's like level 80 and I'm only 54 right now, so I can't really speak of end game just yet. Now I have to say that combat is a little bit one-sided. Like, I have some of these, this is auto attack which you can spam, and then you have some skills like 4 of them, and then some can be comboed into one another. Like if you use this first, then you can use this twice with a special effect. This can knock people in the air, and then you can do like a secondary attack after that, and then you can switch form to like this fire state where you do fire damage instead of physical. But again, it's only just a couple of skills with fairly long cooldowns, and then you have your react skills, which you have a few of that you can choose. And combat itself was fairly simple. I'm not gonna lie, I never died to anything so far. There was one boss challenge that I was doing, and I was already going. There is way above my combat score, which I have, and I don't see it now. It's here above my rating, so that's 23,000, and I was fighting a boss that recommended 27 or so, and I didn't die. I just couldn't kill it in time because there was a time limit on it. But so far, the combat has been a little bit one-sided. That's probably my biggest gripe about the game so far, that I could technically put it on auto and it would just kill everything anyway. The same, I did dungeon with a group and dragon hunting, and I soloed a lower level dungeon, and it was mainly just, really I could have set it on auto. And that's a bit of a concern, because as good as the game looks like and as many things there are to do, if the gameplay itself is not fun, then I'm not sure how well it's gonna be doing. Oh yeah, yawning. Maybe I'm talking too long. So yeah, these are my first impressions of the game. Combat is a little bit boring, but the visuals and the sounds are absolutely fantastic. I like the story too. I like that there are a lot of things to do. One of my gripes is that a lot of them are time gated, that you can just go PvP whenever, or you can just do dungeons whenever, or certain events, they are always locked into certain times of the day or certain days of the week. And yeah, you know, people have lives outside the game, and I think some games have taken the hint years ago and have stopped doing these kind of things. This game was just localized to Western audiences recently, so maybe they will change those in the future. But yeah, these are my first impressions. I'm gonna keep playing. Maybe I can put together some guides for it, explain how each of the stats work, what to focus on, blah blah blah, how you can do certain things. Let me know if you guys are interested. Do you feel like playing this game? Would you like to hear more about it? Leave those in the comments below. And also, if you like the contents of the channel, feel free to like and subscribe. That helps with the YouTube algorithm. So that was it for now. Cloudie out with the first looks at Dragon Raja. See you at the next video. Bye bye.